Hello, everybody. Hi. Okay, if you're wondering why it's so late and why I have on my quiet voice, it's because we have a 2-year-old that has been crying all weekend. Hey, Ashley. So, it has been a little crazy, and I want to apologize for having to reschedule, but I also want to show all of my mommies out there that you don't, hey Liv, that you don't have to pick between being a mom and your dreams. You just have to readjust. Readjust. You like the hair? I like it. I like it. It wasn't what I was going for at all, but I do like it. So we're gonna rock it for a little bit. So I hope you guys can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. And let me know if I'm sideways. Liv, tell me if I'm sideways or if I'm all funky looking. Okay, so tonight, while I'm waiting for you guys to tell me if the screen is the right way, because my screen is the right way, but my comments are that way. And I'm kind of like, okay, am I sideways in a good way? Okay, because you guys are the other way. Okay, so here we go. Am I sideways in like a good ways that I need to flip? Should I flip the screen? Or are you guys seeing me straight? Because everyone's comments are over here. Anyways, okay. So I definitely flip your phone. Okay, I'm gonna flip the phone. Darn. Hold on. I guess kind of like that view better. Okay, flip. Thanks, Noah and Liv. Okay, all right. So I do want to keep this short to the point for the replayers. Give me just a second to adjust myself since I was sideways. Hey, all right. Kind of like this better. Okay, so here's the deal. We're going to do some Instagram basics tonight. And the purpose of this training is to empower those of you that are looking to run your business and your branding on a Instagram platform, but maybe you're new to Instagram, new to the ways. Yeah, Marcy, I know you had this color like in the bottom, but are new to the ways of Instagram. So if you're an Instagram OG, you might get something from this. You might already know some of this. But I would like to, since Liv is watching, I would like to add that this will not be the first or last Instagram training, and I will be doing a special guest interview with a very dear friend of mine that I actually met through Instagram a few years ago. She's one of my closest friends, and I'm going to be interviewing her because her and her girls are a little Insta famous, and she's amazing at branding herself. She's built a platform for her and her daughters, and it's absolutely amazing. So this will not be the first or last Instagram training, but we're going to break down some basics tonight to help everybody who is struggling, wondering where to even begin on Instagram. And you guys, let me just tell you, mom life, I don't think I've put on makeup in a week. It's been a really rough weekend between the 2-year-old and the 36 weeks, and I was feeling spicy, so I threw on some Cake Pop, and I freaking love it, and some Dream Gloss. Oh, it feels so nice. Yes, I'm so excited for Liv and I to do a live on Instagram, but tonight let's go over some basics. So I'm just going to roll right into it because I know it's really late, and I know that a lot of people are going to be watching this in the morning. So I want to first say that these are my opinions. Some people might not agree with them. I'll tell you why I think these things. Not everything is the same for everyone, but I'm going to give you my tips and the bit info that I have to get you started on Instagram to help you out. I'm ignoring Noah deadly. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about is your Instagram account name. And I see this so much. I see this a lot. And some people might disagree with me on this point. But your Instagram name, your actual account name, if you are running a business, unless you're running a shop, if you're in, especially just if you're in network marketing, okay, let's just right there. If you're in network marketing or if you're branding yourself, you don't want your company name in your account. That's my personal opinion, and I'll tell you why. And people who are IGers, you can jump in and add why. You don't want your company name in your account name because one of the most important things I've been trying to teach, and that I have seen from the most successful bloggers, the most successful Instagram accounts, the most successful Facebook accounts, the most successful social media platforms, and Janelle runs the Change IT name, is to brand yourself first. Brand yourself. So you want your name to represent you, and you want to be branding yourself and your face and your name first. It doesn't have to be your exact name, but you don't want to put your company name in your account name, and this is why. Instagram is a platform that is very, very authentic. Very authentic. On Instagram, people can smell sales and network marketing and that whole world from a mile away. There are a million accounts that are network marketers or that are people trying to sell something. Now, again, if you're a clothing shop and that's the name of your clothing shop and it's a business account, of course you're going to put your name. But I'm talking about people who are branding themselves and who are also running their own business. So here's the thing. If I'm on Instagram and someone friend requests me and I see their business name in their account name, I'm not going to pay them any attention. And that's just the way it is. It really is. It's an automatic red flag to say, this person must only be following me to sell me. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. Now, people might disagree with me. I see it so much, so don't anyone come and shoot me, but I'm being honest with you. In Instagram, you want to be branding yourself. You want to give people a reason to follow you, and the first thing they're going to do is see your account name, your profile, and your feed. So when you have your company all over the place, you have a few seconds to get that person who is checking out your account to either click that follow button or not click that follow button. And if they feel like you're only friending them or you're only interacting with them to sell them, they're most likely gonna give you no attention. Does that make sense? So have your company name in the description. Now, as far as having your company name in your profile, that can go two ways, okay? So it can be very good. It can also be another turnoff. I personally don't believe that I do have my company name in my profile because, like I said, you have a few seconds to attract people to your feed. You have your account name, your profile picture, and your feed when that person is looking at your profile. And again, if they feel like they're being sold to, they might not want to follow. Now, if you're giving enough value, you're giving enough content of all kinds, then go ahead, put your company name, maybe even put your rank, but you better be bringing the value, and that's just being honest. You better be bringing some value, and that includes your feed. You have 2 seconds to make an impression with your feed, and if it is a bunch of product pictures and not very much originality, you're probably gonna not get those followers, unfortunately. So that's just a bit of honesty right up front. And again, I see it so much. So I don't want anyone to take it personally and think that I'm talking about them. It's something I literally saw like 50 to 100 times and just in a few days. And I was like, ooh, definitely need to bring that up because you're losing followers. You're losing the chance to show somebody, this is what it's really about. You're losing the chance to show someone who you are and what you have to bring to the table. So what you really want to do is put yourself first. Think about your branding. Branding is so important right now, especially now that everyone's selling something, everyone's doing something, everyone's an entrepreneur, everyone is trying to market themselves. So your branding is super important. You need to, I'm still working on my branding. It's always a growing process. And You want to be branding yourself and bringing some valuable content that people can get value from you without buying from you. You want your network and your following to be getting value from you before they buy from you, right? You want them to feel that they're getting something from by following you, whether it's beautiful pictures, whether it's tips, whatever it is that you bring to the table. Okay, so, and I want, I almost invited Summer Smith, Mommy the Salami, to the live. We are going to do a dual live with Mommy the Salami, but not tonight. So that would have been so funny if I invited you. Okay, so that brings up another point. Personal accounts versus business accounts. So I know that a lot of us have children, we have personal lives, we have our personal accounts, we don't want them out there. If you have a personal account and you do not want it to be public, that's great. But if you start a business account and it is only products and only business, you're selling yourself short. Your whatever account that you have that is public, that you are using to market yourself and your business, you want to be showing your face, bringing that value, bringing meaning, bringing authentic reasons for someone to follow you. Okay, Instagram, way more than Facebook, is a very, very, very authentic network. So without even going into my notes, I'll tell you right now, don't ever buy followers. Don't ever do things in a fake kind of way. There is no shortcut to Instagram. You need to legitimately and authentically build your network, build your following. We're in the business of building relationships. There's no shortcut to that. But it's so valuable. Every relationship you build is so valuable. It doesn't mean that it's a sale. It doesn't mean that it's a recruit. There can be value in these relationships that you have no idea what the value in that could be. Okay, so I hope you guys get that. So I'm going to keep going. Okay, and I want to keep this watchable. So like I said, it's not going to be the first or last training. So putting your company name, your account name, posting product pictures and corporate photos. Here's the thing. Again, when someone looks at your feed and they see company photos and product photos, they have a purpose. They do have a purpose. You have to sell what you're doing, but you want to make sure that that's not all that you're doing and that you're bringing a lot of content, valuable content with that. I highly suggest that you take your own pictures. That is just me. I personally save most of my product pictures from my company, as gorgeous as they are, as beautiful as they are. I save them for making videos. I save them for privately messaging people, showing my clients things privately. I don't use them as my posts on Facebook or on Instagram because there's 1,000 other people using those pictures. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be authentic and I want to show them that I have my own value. So a lot of the stuff that I teach on Facebook does apply to Instagram. Your Instagram feed, you kind of want to have a theme. I actually just completely started a new account, even though I had almost 4K following built up, because the couple years that I was on Instagram, I was doing something completely different than what I'm doing now. My feed was based on my children. It was based on baby stuff. It was a completely different branding. And while it would have been wonderful to keep that 4K following, and some people may disagree with me on this, the fact is that I didn't want to delete my feed. It's very sentimental to me, and it didn't mix. It just didn't mix. I tried to rebrand it and see how I could do it, and I just decided that I needed to start fresh, because you want your feed to flow and create that first impression, which means you kind of need, everything doesn't have to color match by any means, not in that sense, but you want to have a style. You want to show a certain style about who you are when someone sees your feed, and you want it to flow. You want it to kind of tell a story, and you want to stay on point with your branding. Instagram's a very visual platform. So this is very important. When someone comes and looks at your feed and it's like scattered all over the place, it's kind of confusing for the eyes. And again, they may or may not follow. But how many of you on Instagram will come across a gorgeous feed like Kristen Zeller's or Liv, who's on here? Her feed is absolutely gorgeous. It's very vintage. It's very a certain style. And you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to follow this person just because it's pretty on the eyes. That's what it's about. Unfortunately, that's what it's about. You have those few seconds to make a first impression and you really want to do it right. So I actually restarted my account, restarted my engagement, and now I'm working on my branding. My branding is beauty and business and empowerment, and there might be a little bit of mommyhood in there to connect with my mommy network and to show who I am as a person, because I am a mom and I am into beauty, I am into business, and that's what my branding is. Okay, and if I miss any questions, I'm definitely going to go back. But like I said, I know a lot of people are catching the replay, so I want to keep it moving. Okay. So again, personal versus business. If you have a personal account, you don't want it to be public, that's wonderful. I highly recommend using your personal account. That's just me, because you're going to be personally relating to people. People are going to relate from you. People buy from people that they like. People sign up with people. People sign up with people. They don't sign up with companies. There's a million other people that have products that they could buy from you. Why should they buy from you? Because you have a picture that 1,000 other people have? No, you have to give them a reason. You have to bring them in and show them what you're about. Why should they support you as an entrepreneur? What do you have that's different? That's a great thing, Lauren. It's very good to have either a filter that you use that kind of keeps a seamless flow. Perfect, Lauren. Or I like to do I use Lightroom on a lot of my photos because I do pull out my Canon, and I even use Lightroom on my phone pictures, and I keep the same. I copy and paste the settings, so that way I'll just mess with like the cool temperature, the cool to warm. I'll mess with the contrast a little bit. It's not appearing to be fake, but it all flows together. And that's the one thing you really, really want your feed to be flowing together. So moving on to the next. Okay, so Instagram cares about how much time they can keep you on their platform. Just like Facebook. There's so many things that we have learned about Facebook that apply to Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, you want to be, they want you to be on the platform, and they want you to be keeping your network on the platform. So the more that you are engaging and keeping your network on the platform, the more they are going to reward you with visibility, because you're doing what they want you to do, which is to keep everyone on Instagram, right? So, hold on. The ways that you can engage right now and cause your network to engage back with you are pictures, your feed, lives, Instagram lives, stories, story highlights, your DM. Engaging in your DM is just as important as engaging in Messenger on Facebook. And if you don't know where your DM is, it's when you first log in, it's in the little top right corner. And one other thing too, Instagram does not like spam. Instagram likes to protect its users from spam. So if you have people that you don't know sending you messages, they're going to be hidden in tiny little print that says message requests. And I actually was working in my business group with a lot of people, and if you're ever looking for a message and you can't find it, go into your DM and then look where it says special requests. It's very subtle, because Instagram doesn't want to bother you with people that you don't already know. They figure if you don't know them, you probably don't want to hear about it, right? And they want to keep that network authentic. Instagram went through some huge changes back in 2016. They cracked down big time on spam. They changed the algorithms, all kinds of stuff. So they've already put systems into place to keep people from being spammed by businesses, by strangers. So if they don't know you, if you're messaging people you don't know, they're most likely not seeing it. You need to follow them first, or they need to be following you. And once they're following you, then it'll come up in your normal DM. So those are the different things you can do for engagement. Your pictures in your feed, commenting. Okay, so that's another thing. When you're going through Instagram and you want to be social, it's a social platform, and you want to be authentic about it. If you are liking too fast, inauthentically, you're just trying to get things done, but you're not actually like paying attention to what you're doing. If you're liking too fast, you can get blocked. If you're commenting too fast, you can get blocked. Any kind of activity that feels spammy, because let me tell you, there are so many fake computer spam accounts on Instagram, and this was their way of ridding people of being friended by all these spam accounts. Because another point is, if you have a bunch of fake accounts following you, it affects your rating. It affects your algorithm and your visibility. You don't want fake accounts following you. You don't ever want to buy followers. I've seen people have to spend like all day unfollowing, having to block fake accounts, because it actually does hurt your account. Hey Sherry. So any kind of activity that is inauthentic on Instagram, just don't do it. It's just going to work against you. You're going to get blocked, or Instagram's going to kind of be like, maybe this is a computer spammer over here. You want to, for example, I set up some interaction DMs in our business group, and it was very important, and I'm going to be jumping into that business group and doing a little one-on-one with you guys in there after this, just so you know. But you want to be being authentic. It is not about a quick way to boost your engagement. It's about having a community to help you naturally boost your engagement. It's not about going through all at one time and liking 100 stuff and commenting on 100 stuff. That is going to get you blocked, and that is inauthentic. It's about authentically having a support system and a community that is going to help you get your engagement up, get your confidence up, and start to get yourself out there a little bit. Okay, so, I forgot what I was saying. Totally forgot. You guys are running on like 3 hours of sleep. Shout outs to all the moms out there. A special shout out to all the moms with toddlers, and that are pregnant, and that are Irish twins. So IG really cares about their community vibe. They care about community, authentic engagement. And when you're posting, in that first hour, that 60 minutes, you want to be able to be available. It's kind of like what I was teaching with the Facebook algorithm, where you want to be available the first 10 to 15 minutes to engage before and after you post. On Instagram, that hour after you post, you want to be available to... Baby's crying. He's been crying all weekend. It's really bad. I think his teeth or something. You want to be available to be commenting back, engaging on your post, and showing your followers that you care about what you're posting. You're not just a computer. You're not just an advertisement posting. You are authentically posting, and you care about what your network has to say back to you. That is so important. So you want to be commenting under your comments, to each comment. You want to be out in the network commenting. Thank God for Dad right now. You want to be authentically out there in the network with authentic comments, not cheap little short ones, but like real. Build relationships in your comments. Find people that you want to get to know. Find accounts that you want to get to know, that you think are interesting. Be authentic. There's no shortcut. There really isn't. And like I said, I did want to keep this short, and this isn't going to be the last training, but content. Okay, so let's talk about what kind of content you're posting on Instagram. Don't just post to post. Don't just post to post. You want to be posting valuable content. I might have to jump off, guys. You want to be posting valuable content, and that's okay because I had reached where I was going to stop for today. The algorithm actually puts you into categories. Let's say you're a photographer. The algorithm puts you into a photographer category. If you're into beauty, the algorithm puts you into a beauty category. The algorithm is Instagram's very smart. It knows what you're doing in your DM. It knows what you're doing and when you're engaging, and it's going to put you into categories. A good way to see what category you're in is to hit your suggested users and to see what other users are suggested, so that way you can see what kind of categories that you're being grouped into. I personally believe I'm going to be grouped into beauty because I have a lot of beauty following, and that's what I've been posting: empowerment, beauty, business, inspiration. Don't just like, comment, get out there and comment. Likes mean absolutely nothing. Comments mean everything. Hashtags. Okay, so this is a little bit new, a little up for debate. Hashtags. The old way of hashtags was to have 30 hashtags and to post them in the comments. Now, there is a little debate on this. There have been some changes in this like recent month, and I'm actually testing it out myself. I've been doing both. So what I'm seeing now is that it is, you want to be using like 10 hashtags, and you want to be posting them in the actual picture, in the photo, because Instagram is seeing that as authentic and legitimate, that you're posting a photo and you're genuinely hashtagging with 5 to 10 hashtags. So you can go back to using those mainstream hashtags. Now again, this is what I am seeing, this is what I'm hearing. I have myself been still using the 30 hashtag formula in the comments, and switching back and forth between these two methods, and I'm seeing which one does bring me more engagement from, hey Lynn, from hashtags. But I do see the reasoning behind it. It's very much more authentic to just be using maybe even 10 to 15 hashtags that are very legit to what you're trying to market, what kind of picture, as opposed to using 30 hashtags in the comments. It kind of looks like a spammer. This guy, he won't leave me alone. He follows me everywhere right now. It's like he knows the baby's about to come. He knows. He's like waiting for it. Okay. And hashtags. Hold on, there was one more point I wanted to bring up. Story highlights. Okay, let's talk about story highlights real quick. Grabbing your network's attention with your story highlights. I have been super behind on this because I am super overloaded with pregnancy and babies right now. But story highlights are everything. Your stories are everything. You want to have little videos in there. You want to have pictures in there that grab someone's attention and keep them on the network. Instagram wants you to be doing things that are valuable and grabbing attention and keeping your network on Instagram. So stories are your chance to shine. Make a short little video. I recommend making it off of Instagram. You can use different apps to design it to make it more attractive, more authentic, and then posting it into your stories. But of course we can use Instagram's platform too. That works just as well. I have a friend, Heather. She posts the most amazing stories. She's on the boat, she's fishing, she's doing fun things that make people want to keep watching her stories and go back to her profile and check out what she's about. And that's what Instagram wants. That's what your stories are there for, to be attracting your network. So you want to not just be posting anything, you want to be posting, my viewers started so small on my stories, but I'm getting way more viewers now that I've been consistent. Stories are very key for engagement right now. Very key for engagement. So video apps do I recommend outside of Instagram? A not video app is Canva. Canva has great sizing and designs for Instagram. As far as video apps, I use iMovie. I haven't gone really much outside of iMovie, but I'm definitely going to find out and answer that question. What good apps would be just for redesigning your Instagram videos? But I do know that iMovie is like awesome for everything. So story highlights, we covered hashtags, content versus quality versus quantity. Don't just post to post. I recommend posting less, just like Facebook, posting less, but more value. More value in your content. Because here's the thing, if you go post 5 pictures a day, they're just gonna get lost. You know what I mean? They're gonna get lost, and you have to ask yourself how much value is in those 5 pictures. But if you're posting 1 to twice a day, you're probably taking more time with your pictures, more time with your posts, more time with your stories. You can have multiples in there, but you're taking more time, and you're probably having a lot more valuable content. It's going to reach a bigger network. They're saying that in a post, only 10% of your Instagram network sees that post, and you want to be marketing your posts. You want to be putting story highlights that bring people back to your feed so they can see your posts. You want to be doing lives that bring people back to your feed so they can see your posts. And also, your link in your profile is so key. That's where you can put, if you have YouTube videos, put your YouTube video link there, because you know what, when I'm scrolling through Instagram, I see a YouTube link and it's an account that is attractive to me. I'm like, okay, let me jump on YouTube. And unlike Facebook, who doesn't want us to click on outside links, Instagram gives us that benefit of having the link in our profile. You can put your website in there if you want, but I don't recommend it. I really don't, unless you are a store, a shop. If you are a network marketer, I highly recommend not putting your link in there. I highly recommend putting some valuable content, such as a video. Maybe you have a blogging website. Maybe you have a Facebook, I don't want to say Facebook group, maybe a Facebook group, maybe a Facebook business page, but I really recommend like YouTube videos. That's a great thing to have in your link. And it's also really cool if you can have there's some apps and some ways to actually see how many people click on that link. That's awesome too, but we'll get into that into another day. Okay, so that, I think I'm going to wrap that up for today. I'm going to jump into my business group and do a little add-on in there for you. So just remember, there is no shortcut to Instagram. It is an authentic place. You're not going to overnight get a bunch of followers. You're not going to overnight see success. The most successful accounts on Instagram have built up their following through authentic engagement. They don't sell out. To be totally blunt, they just don't. They don't sell out. They're authentic in their content. They give people a reason to stay, to follow them in that 5 seconds that they see their feed. So concentrate on having your feed flow. Concentrate on when someone looks at your profile, that's your business card, and you have 2 seconds to make an impression. So you don't want to think that. You don't want them to think that you just want them there to sell them something. You want them to see that you have some value and you have a reason for them to follow you. And that's how you're going to build followers. And how do you bring people back to your account? This is really key. You get out on Instagram and you engage. You engage with other like-minded individuals that are interested in the same things that you're interested in. And then they're going to come back to your profile and they're going to click follow. If you have things in common and you're bringing something to the table, maybe you have gorgeous pictures, maybe you have amazing beauty tips. There's so many different things. Get creative. Instagram is a very, very creative platform. It started from the need for us to post our pictures and to just share our pictures authentically. That's how Instagram started. So I'm jumping off. I want to keep this short. I hope everyone has a very, very awesome night. And I'm going to jump into my business group. So if you're in my business group with our interaction DMs, I'm going to go jump in there and do a little interaction DM etiquette training. And I love you all. I hope everyone has a wonderful night. Thank you for being patient with me, because mommy time comes first. But again, you don't have to choose between being a mom and having the babies and your dreams. You just have to sometimes readjust and replan. And just because I love you all so much, I'm going to show you the bump. Okay, you see? This is where the bump is. The bump is right here. It's crazy, right? It's literally like on my heart. That's how big the bump is. for 36 weeks. We got 3 weeks till the C-section, and then we're going to have a new little person. So, all right, I hope everyone has a wonderful night, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.